Could this become one of the strongest El Nino events we've ever seen? Over the past few weeks, new data has shown El Nino continuing to strengthen across the Pacific Ocean, and it's beginning to catch the attention of meteorologists around the world. If you've heard people talking about El Nino but aren't exactly sure what it is, or you're wondering how it affects the weather where you live, this video will explain everything. Today, I'll show you the latest data, explain what El Nino is getting stronger, and talk about what it could mean for the United States over the next several months. So guys, if you're new here, welcome back to Weather Now. If you like the video, hit the like button, and if you like the weather, please subscribe and join my journey. Let's get right into it. Before we look at the latest data, let's quickly go over what El Nino actually is. So El Nino is basically where normally strong trade winds blow from east to west across the Pacific Ocean, and those winds push the warmest ocean water towards Australia and Indonesia. And at the same time, the colder water rises near the west coast or South Africa and South America. The water rises up and fills the gap where that cold water used to be. But during El Nino, which is what we're entering, which we're already in, those trade winds weaken, and this happens, all that warm water begins spreading back towards Central and South America. And it might not seem like a big deal, but warming up such a huge part of the Pacific Ocean changes how the atmosphere behaves above it. It can influence the jet stream, storm tracks, hurricane activity, and even our winter weather in the United States. So first we're going to take a look here at the sea surface temperature anomaly. This map compares today's ocean temperatures to what's considered normal for this time of the year, and anywhere you see those red and oranges means the water is warmer than average. Blues represent cooler than average water. The most important thing to notice is the long band of reds that you see lining up right here that I just circled there. That's the most important thing to notice because it's this part that stretches from South America all the way back into Australia, and that is very, very warm water, and that indicates that the temperatures in those areas are very above normal. Now let's take a look at the 7-day change. So this graph is one of the most important tools scientists use to measure El Nino. It's called the El Nino 3.4 index, and you have to think of it as like a score that tells us how strong El Nino is becoming. The higher this line climbs above zero, the stronger the event. And over the past few months, you can see a very steady upward trend. The latest value is now around plus 1.4 degrees Celsius, which officially places us in strong El Nino territory. So it's not like it's slowly becoming, we're officially in the strong territory. Again, if this trend continues through the summer, this could become even more significant, and it could become one of the strongest we've seen since 1884, maybe even one of the strongest ones on record, hence the title. Now, let's look at how El Nino works. This diagram helps me explain why all this happens. The image on top shows La Nina, and you notice how strong trade winds are pushing warm water toward Australia. Cold water rises near South America, and thunderstorms stay further west. Now look at the bottom image. During El Nino, those trade winds weaken, like I said. Without those strong trade winds, warm water spreads eastward across the Pacific. Thunderstorms shift east as well. That changes the entire pattern of the atmosphere above the Pacific Ocean. And as that pattern changes, the jet stream often changes too. And that's why El Nino can influence everything from hurricane season to heavy rainfall, eventually even winter storm tracks across the United States. Every El Nino is different, but this is the basic reason why they have such widespread impacts. So where do we go from here? Right now, all signs point toward El Nino remaining strong over the coming months. Whether it's ultimately becoming one of the strongest events on record, it's still uncertain, but it's definitely something meteorologists will be watching very closely. I'll continue posting updates whether new data comes out, and later summer we'll also start looking at how El Nino could shape the winter 2026-2027 forecast across the United States. Again, if you enjoyed this update, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future weather updates, and let me know down in the comments, do you think El Nino will become one of the strongest we've ever seen? Other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next Weather Now forecast. Bye.